So you want to run some YouTube ads? Well, you're in the right place, because in this video I'm going to be sharing with you step by step how to put together a YouTube, not just a YouTube ad campaign, a successful YouTube ad campaign, because I'm going to be showing you the back end of my own account that I personally use to run YouTube ads. And so in this video I'm going to be running it through, breaking everything down step by step. You can follow along and get your YouTube ads started and running right after this video. And if you find this video helpful whatsoever, entertaining, helpful, please drop a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoy content like this, growing your agency, tutorial, things like that. And let me know your thoughts. As always, questions, thoughts, concerns in the comment section. Let's go ahead and jump into the screen share.
All right, guys. So the first step that we need to do, and if you haven't already done this, then you need to create a Google Ads account. So all you need to do is go to ads.google.com. From there, you can get taken to a page like this. Hit start now, enter your information, and make a Google ad account. Super simple, right? So after you're done, go ahead and sign in, or you're gonna be taken to an account that looks something like this, right? So here is my account that I've used to run ads to my YouTube videos, my YouTube channel, products, and things like that in the past. As you can see here, we got 715 contact form, lead forms. We got over 120,000 impressions, right? Our video, that's how many times my video was shown, over 125,000 or 124,558 views to be exact. Here's what our average cost per click look like, and this is how many total views we got, right? The difference between views and impressions is an impression just means that your ad is shown, right? So it doesn't matter how long the person watches it for. However, a view is counted when whatever you define a view as. So a view could be if someone watches your video for 3 seconds, or you can define it as someone who has watched it for 10 seconds or 30 seconds, right? So you don't really need to know those numbers yet. I'm going to be jumping in and showing you how to create your first campaign so that we can start running ads for your video on YouTube. Obviously, you need to have a video put together already, right? Something like this, upload it onto your YouTube channel, right? So go back into here, create your YouTube account, upload the video, right? Super simple, hit create, upload video, just drag and drop your video into there. And we'll be able to use that video to run ads to. All right, so let's go ahead and create our first campaign. So I already have campaigns here, as you can see, but I'm gonna go ahead and create a fresh new one so that we can do this together. All right, so I'm gonna go click on all campaigns. We're gonna hit the campaign button here, and I'm gonna hit the plus and new campaign. All right, so from here, it's going to ask us what is our goal for our campaign, okay? And for most of us, we're gonna say, hey, we want sales, we want more leads, we want traffic to our website, we want to promote our local store, products, apps, whatever it is, right, guys? So let's just run through it real quick. As you can see, if I click on sales, right? If our goal is to get more sales for our product or whatever it is, then it's going to give us a campaign type, search campaign, display, shopping, video, smart, discovery. You don't need to know what these other campaigns are for now if you're just looking to run YouTube ads, because you just need to create this, select this one right here. If this is your first campaign, it's really important that you don't need to select these as a goal. You should select this campaign here, create a campaign without a goals guidance, right? So the reason why we select this campaign when we're first starting out is because Google doesn't have any data on what a lead is yet, right? What is a sale? What is website traffic, right? So Google doesn't have your campaign, your account, I should say, doesn't have any data yet. And so by running a campaign without guidance, YouTube is going to automatically try to get as much data as possible when you're running ads. And then from there, once we have data on your account, we can go back, create a campaign specifically to whatever it is that you are looking to do, right? So it's best practice to start without a goals guidance and then going back later on to create a campaign later on what it is that you want to do. But if you want, you can always just start off with the exact campaign that you're, or the exact goal that you're looking to do, right? So for example, in the past, I've used this goal here, leads, where, you know, our business is just looking to get more leads, contact forms, contact fill outs and things like that. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just start off by clicking on the leads goal. Okay, so for example, our goal is to get leads, or actually, you know what, let's go without a goals guidance because you are a fresh new ad account. We're gonna create a campaign without goals guidance. Our campaign type is gonna be videos. Our campaign subtype is going to be, we'll leave it as custom video campaign, and I'm going to click on continue. All right, so from here, we're going to type in campaign name. So this is just gonna be a test. You can name it whatever it is. Campaign total, you can enter a budget for your total campaign, or you can go a daily budget. This, you know, put in whatever. I would say, you know, it's $10, $5 to $10 is a good start, you know, just so that you can get your campaign running, get some data on it, look at the data, and then go back and make the necessary changes, or go ahead and create that new campaign. Okay, so start date, all that list. So when you're first starting out a campaign, you know, you might be thinking that you want to show your ads as many as possible, right? You want to show it up everywhere, in the search results, in the videos, in the display network. But for starting out, we're just going to leave it inside YouTube videos. And it can also appear on their channel pages and YouTube homepage. But ideally, we want our, I mean, if we're running, you know, a video ad, then we only really need the video to show up before the actual video starts, or whatever the viewer is trying to watch, okay? And I almost totally forgot. We got to go back to the bid strategy here. So it's going to leave you at maximum CPV. And what that means is right here with maximum CPV, which is cost per view, you set the most you're willing to pay each time your ad is viewed. You can create skippable in-stream or discovery ads with this bid strategy, right? And target CPM is cost per 1,000 impression. You set the average amount you're willing to pay for every time your ad is shown 1,000 times. From the target CPM you set, will optimize bids to get as much unique reach as possible. Some impressions may cost more or less than you target. So let's go ahead and just leave it at maximum CPV. We only want to pay when someone actually watches our ad. Okay. From here, for locations, if you want to target specific, you know, countries or areas, then you can go ahead and click on advanced search and go ahead and type that in. You can target, you know, a city. So for example, if you only want to target Los Angeles, 20-mile radius around Los Angeles, you can do so there. But for this example, I'm just going to leave it at the big 5 country here, which is the US, UK, New Zealand, Canada, and Australia. I'm going to leave it at there. Languages, you can, you know, whatever language your video is, I'm just going to leave it in English. For inventory type, we're going to leave it at standard. Okay, so standard, you know, your videos is going to show up in standard videos, I guess. So it's not, you can just pretty much read the definition here, but standard is going to do. So this tab allows you to exclude your ad videos to whatever you don't want your ad videos shown to, right? So embedded YouTube videos, meaning that someone, you know, is sharing their YouTube video on like a website or something, right? If you don't want your ad shown while the YouTube video is on a website, then you can check that. We can leave it live streaming videos. If you want to exclude your ads from showing up on live stream videos, then you can do that. I typically like to check this because, and actually we can check maybe both of this, or I guess it's optional, but I like to check the live streaming videos just because when someone is watching a live stream, they are, you know, watching the live stream, so they're more invested in what's going on. They don't really want to watch ads. They don't really care for ads, right? They're probably just going to skip it and things like that. So live streaming, like I said, it's entirely up to you, but you can go ahead and check that if you don't want to show your ad video on a live stream. Okay, content not yet label. So all this coming up to you, right? But for the most part, you can leave it as is. Related videos, We can leave that. So conversions, you can leave this. User count the level, including conversion setting. For devices, okay, so for devices is important here depending on what type of ad you're trying to run, right? So for example, like I've ran ads to a webinar where people go, they click on my ad, they get taken to a landing page, they need to enter in their contact information for us to send them a free training, right? And so in order for that to be effective, there's no point of us sending it to showing our ads to people watching on TV, right? Because if they're watching YouTube on television, then they're obviously unable to click on our ad. They can't fill out a contact information, right? So mobile computers, tablets would be fine. So really just think about what the purpose of your ad video is, right? So if you're like a general company or commercial like Coca-Cola or something trying to run a commercial, then yeah, you can run TV screens. But for those of you where you're trying to sell a product or something like that, then computers and mobile phones are going to be your best bet. And then tablets, I guess it could work too, but just think about it. You can probably take out TV screens for depending on what you are trying to advertise. All right. And then you can get in deeper here on what type of operating system, what type of device, networks. Don't really need to focus on that. So we can leave that as is. Frequency capping. So this is really cool because for a cap impression frequency, this allows us to show our ad how many times to a user, right? So let's say we only want the user to see our video once per day, right? Now this is an impression. Doesn't matter if they watch it or if they don't watch it. If our ad video shows up, we can put it up, let's say for 2, okay? So what this is saying is we're allowing YouTube to show our video to the same user up to 2 times per day, right? And then you can change the frequency to week, month, right? Typically, a safe number, we can put it on here. That way, we don't have the same person just, seeing our ad all the time and they're not doing anything about it. So we can put it at 4 per day, per week, whatever it is. Have some type of cap on it so that way the same user is not seeing our ad, all the time and they're not taking any action, okay? Cap view frequency just means you're limiting how many times that the ad from this campaign can get a view or interaction from the same person, okay? So if I put 2 here, this is saying that the one person can only watch our video ad twice per day, and then they won't be shown our video or our ad anymore, okay? So that's pretty much what that is, and it's important. It's good practice to just have this in here. That way you're not, like I said, you're not showing your ad to the same person and they're wasting, dollars, your money by not, they'll just keep watching and not doing anything about it. All right. So have some type of impressions here. Usually the good number to have is anywhere between 2 and 4 for these right here. You can make the ultimate decision yourself. All right. For ad schedule here, like I said, depending on what it is that you're trying to promote, that goes into play. So for example, if I was running an ad to my training webinar masterclass, then typically I'm probably not going to be running my ad, during, after dark hours between like midnight and 5 in the morning, right? People aren't looking to learn new things during that hours, right? So, think about that. If you're trying to sell a product, whatever it is that you're trying to promote, just think about the ad schedule. Typically, Monday through, you can go all days during business hours or whatever, right? 8 a.m. to, 10 p.m., 8 p.m., whatever it is. That's a good hour. And as you get more data, you're going to see which hours gets you the most conversions, right? Get you the most leads, whatever it is that you're trying to do. And then from there, we can just adjust, right? From the beginning, we really don't know until we start running ads, but starting your ad schedule during a reasonable time is going to be a good practice there. Okay. So that way you're not, wasting your ad dollars. So 8 a.m. to 10 p.m., 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., whatever it is, so that way we're not wasting money. So you can title ad group name whatever it is that you want. If you're targeting like a specific audience or something like that, then you can do so. For this here, I'm just going to name it test, okay? And then it's going to allow you to target demographics, okay? So from here, it gives you options, right? What kind of gender, what age are they, are they a parent, are they not a parent? What type of income level are they, right? So YouTube gives you a ton of options to pick here, and unless you already know your specific audience, then you can go ahead and make the changes here. But for the most part, you don't really need to make changes, and just allow YouTube's algorithm, Google's algorithm, to do the work, heavy load for you, right? But if you are a company that where you're just targeting females, right? You sell jewelry for females only, then obviously we're going to check unchecked males and unknown, right? And if you are targeting just jewelry for millennials or whatever, right, then you can obviously uncheck these, right, and just leave it as age. But like I said, for the most part, just leave it, just let the algorithm handle it for you, right? Household income, you can leave all that good stuff. And then, like I said, as you get more data, you're going to learn more about your ideal client, your ideal customer, whatever it is, and then go from there and adjust, make optimizations to your campaign, and then you'll be able to perform a little bit better and target your ideal customers. All right, so that's that. All right, and so the audience segments just allows you to target more specific a group of audience. Okay, so for example, if you want to target people who are into social media, right, Instagram, Facebook, then you can check this right here. And what this is going to allow you to do is you're basically just targeting people who are into social media, business professionals. Now this might sound a little broad, guys. You can go into the browse tab here and click on mess around with these here and see what options you can target. Okay, I don't really mess around with too much of this, right? So not too much of this I mess with. What I like to do is more down here. Your best bet is going to be in the content here, right? Where you want your ads to show. Your number one, you're going to start with placements, and you can break this into ad groups. So I guess you can name it like that. So ad group number one could be about placement. Ad group number two could be topics. Ad group number three could be keywords. So you can break these up into different ad groups and then see which one performs best. Okay. But typically you're going to see your best performance from placements. And the reason for this is because you're able to target a specific YouTube channel or a specific YouTube video where you show your ad to, right? So for example, let's just say that you are a photography business, okay? You're not going to show your photography ad to someone who is watching real estate, right? Or you're showing your ad to someone who's watching video games, right? So you want to show your ad on a relevant channel or video. Now, assuming that if you target the right YouTube channel, then most likely their YouTube channel is going to be all about that same topic. So to save yourself some time, you can just throw in a YouTube channel. Okay, so for example here, I'm just going to do some YouTube search here just to show you an example. So let's just say we are into tech. Okay, we're promoting some type of tech product, or our channel is about tech and we want to promote our channel or whatever it is. We want to show our ad videos to tech. Okay, so I'm going to click on this channel here. As you can see, this channel is all about tech, right? Unboxing, reviews, and things like that. So you get the point. Okay, from there we can just copy this. I believe we'll go back here, paste in the URL, and they should pop up. Okay, so boom, there you go. They have 69 videos and 229,000 subscribers. All right, so from there, we just hit the check mark, add it. And so it's really important that you make a list of 10 to 20 different channels, ranging from big to small. That way, your ad is getting enough traffic, right? There are actually people watching these videos so that your ad can actually show. So let's go ahead and find another tech channel. What's a good one, right? Let's just search up iPhone review or something like that. Okay, so here's a really popular one, right? Marquez Brownlee, sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, but 11 million views in 10 months. He has about 15 million subscribers, so meaning he probably gets a lot of traffic, meaning that there could also be a lot of other advertisers on this channel, so maybe prices might be a little bit more than it should be because there's a little bit more competition. So really, I guess, find the middle ground, right? Depending on your niche, obviously some niches not going to see as much traffic, but this is tech, so there's a ton of traffic for this, right? So at 15 million subscribers, there's going to be a lot more competitors, but let's just go ahead and use this as an example. Let's go ahead and pause this home video here, go back from here, hit that enter or paste in the URL. There he is for 15 million, right? So here we are. So far over here, our weekly estimates, we're going to see about 2,000 impressions. This is based off of our $10 daily budget that we had set up earlier. Okay, let's find a smaller channel. So let's YouTube channel here called Spawn Point at 166,000 subscribers. So that is significantly a lot smaller than this channel right up here at 15 million. So I'll go ahead and I'll click on their channel, get their URL link here, and let's go ahead and go back there. Let's pause that video and paste it in. YouTube channel is going to pop up and we can add it. So as you can see, I've added 3 channels here, meaning, our ad is going to run on these 3 channels whenever someone clicks on their video. Our ad's going to play before the video starts, or maybe it's an in-stream video. So during their video, it's going to, cut out and then our ad will show, right? So the reason why we want to have, big channels, small channels, and the difference with that is that, with bigger channels, there's going to be a little bit more competition, right? With the bigger channel, 15 million subscribers, you can assume that there's going to be other businesses who wants to run ads to that same channel, right? So, as far as like cost and pricing and things like that, it might be a little bit higher compared to a smaller channel that doesn't get, as much traffic. So that's just something for you to keep in mind. And that's why I recommend you, build out a list, 10, 20, 50 channels, ranging from big to small. And as you run your ads, you're going to see which channels gets you the most results, right? The best results, most results, the cheapest cost, and things like that. And from there, you can just start pausing out the channels that aren't profitable to you and just keep on running your ads on the channels that are making you more money or whatever results that you are looking to get, right? So that is why we have, that's why we don't want just all channels with big amount of subscribers, and we don't want all channels with little to no subscribers, because then our ad might not be shown enough. And obviously, if we target someone with a bigger channel, then we're not going to have that traffic quality, meaning our ad's going to show, but cost might be a little higher. So try to find a balance in between. And that's why, just make a list filled with your channels that talks about exactly what it is that you want to do. All right, so placements is going to be probably your best, one of your best ad groups when first starting out running ads on YouTube. Placements should be your go-to first. And then after that, I would say it would be your keywords, right? So keywords, you can start typing in keywords that is relevant to whatever, whatever it is that people search up. So for example, I run a digital marketing agency. I've ran YouTube ads targeting agency owners, people who are looking to start a digital marketing agency, right? So it would make the most sense to, target how to start a digital marketing agency, right? And just think about, some of the things that your customers, your prospects, your leads would be looking up. So another example would be how to get clients for digital marketing agency, right? And another cool thing is if you go right over here into enter your product or services, if you just can't think of ideas, Google actually recommend you some stuff for you to help you out, right? So how to start a digital marketing agency, right? I'm going to enter, and then it's going to give you a list of keywords that you can potentially add to your keyword list here, right? So I would make, another list of 50 to 100 keywords, add them in. Don't go too broad. I think that's the secret here. Don't go too broad, right? So don't just go digital marketing, right? It's just way too broad. People are going to search up, all types of terms with the word digital marketing in it. And, your ad is going to be shown to irrelevant audience, right? So obviously, we don't want digital marketing companies near me unless that's something you want to target. But in my case, I want to target people who want to start up a digital marketing agency, who wants to make maybe how to make money online, how to make money online, or online business ideas. So you want to start by going with 50 to 100 keywords that is exactly what something your customer will look up, right? So start there. And then if you're not getting traffic, that's when we can go a little bit more broad. But in the beginning, it's really important that you want to be as, exact as possible. That way you're not wasting your ad dollars on people who don't really care about whatever it is that you have to offer, right? So be really specific. And then, as you go on, you can see what keywords are profitable, which keywords aren't profitable, and then you can start pausing those keywords that aren't generating the most results out for, right, on your campaign. So that's the keywords there. And you might be wondering why I have it under parentheses here. So digital marketing, right? So for example, here, if you put a parenthesis around a certain word, all it means it's a phrase match. For those that you don't know that what a broad match, phrase match, or exact match is, you can do a quick Google search and it'll give you probably a better definition than what I'm about to share with you. But basically, a phrase match is basically anytime someone searches up these words within your parentheses or quotations, I should say, in that exact order, right? So, for example, if someone searches up, you know, best digital marketing company near me, then our keyword would trigger because our word digital marketing is in that order in that sentence, right? So it doesn't matter what comes before it or after it, but as long as it's our words in that quotation is in that order, then that keyword is going to trigger. So that's why if you are really, if you're too broad, right? For example, right? So if you just type in digital marketing, right, you're gonna get these type of, searches, right? And our ads isn't gonna be relevant to that. So keep that in mind. Try to be, as exact as you can when it comes to keywords, right? Because with placements, we can be exact with what channel, what videos we want to target, right? So I don't know if I explained that to you, but you can also target specific YouTube videos, right? So you just take the link of that video. So for example, let's just say we want to run our ads on this very specific video, right? Where we know this video talks about exactly what it is that we want to offer. So all we would do, paste in that URL link, and that video should pop right up, as you can see right there, right? So quick coverage right there. Now, lastly here we have topics. Now, topics is going to be probably your most broad ad group, right? And when I say ad group, I'm talking about breaking these three apart, right? So you want to create, you're going to create one campaign, but you want to break these up into three different ad groups. So that way you can see which ad group is generating you the most results. Okay, so under this one campaign, I would say just create one first and then go back and I'll show you how to create the other two. But let's go back into topics here. So for example, digital marketing would be under, I don't know, let's type in digital marketing, see what comes up here, right? So it would come up under advertising and marketing, right? So really broad, anyone that's, interested in advertising or marketing, our ad's going to show up. So I would I would I would start, like I said, I would start running ads using placements first and then see how that goes. You don't even really need these other two. If you have a pretty solid list of YouTube channels and videos that you already know you want to run your ads to, then you should be good there, right? Adding these other two options is when you're looking to get more traffic, right? You're trying to scale even more, right? So if you're looking to scale and you're not, you maxed out here, right? It means, you can't spend any more money on placement. Let's say your ad budget is $10,000 for the month, and you max it out and it's only spending $8,000, meaning that $2,000 isn't being spent, meaning that you can start, putting that money towards these other two to scale out so that you can spend the full 10,000 to get your ads shown. Okay, so back to topics here. Advertising marketing, like I said, it's really broad, and this is probably the least and the last option you should go with when running your YouTube ads. All right, so that's that. And like I said, we need to break these up into three different ad groups, and I will show you how to do that later on. Now, our last option here before our campaign launches is to create your video ad. Okay, so for example here, I'm just going to type in my channel. So if you haven't already uploaded your video, your ad video to your YouTube account here, super simple, right? You just log in, hit create right up there, upload your video, and your video should show up. All right. So for example here, I have this video and I want to run my ads, or this is the video I want to use as my ad. I would just hit on this three dots right here, get the shareable link, right? Or just get the URL of your video and go ahead and paste it into there. Boom, here, our video is going to show up. All right, so final URL is where we're sending our traffic to. Okay, I'm going to send, you want to select this one, HTTPS. It just means we're letting Google know that our website is a secured website. All right, so final URL, let's go back here. I'm here in my ClickFunnels, and I'm going to use this as my example landing page, right? So this is obviously where you want to send your traffic to. So for example, I want to send my traffic to there and display URL. Okay, so you want to choose something that is going to be relevant to whatever it is that you are offering. So for example, if I am offering a free masterclass or something like that, then I would put in free masterclass. Okay, obviously that's a little too long, so maybe I'll just put masterclass, and that should be good. So as you can see here, it'll show you an example, your URL, and then your display URL. Okay. Furthermore, you can see what it looks like on desktop and what it looks like on mobile. All right. So call to action, YouTube already recommends you, or Google, I should say, recommends you what you can put. And normally learn more is going to do is do the best, probably. Really entirely up to you, depending on what it is, what your goal is. But in this case, I'm just going to put learn more. So as you can see here, the learn more button pops up. Now we're going to create our headline. Okay, so headline can be, gives you 15 characters. So we can just put free masterclass. Okay, even that's a little long. So So I guess yeah, come up with something that's within the 15 characters, and then here's your long headline, free masterclass or free masterclass, learn how to start a digital marketing agency. Okay, so something along those lines. I guess this is kind of like a description on what your headline is about, and then here's another description. I should say, let me see here. They actually just added this long headline, so that's really interesting. Let's see what it looks like on here. So it looks like it goes under like right there. So right there, okay? So how to start a free masterclass. So that's your first headline. That's what it's going to show up as, your first headline, and then this is going to come right after that. So we don't even need to put free masterclass again. So learn how to start a digital marketing agency within, learn how to start a successful digital marketing agency within 30 days or something like that. Okay. And let's see what it looks like on here. Perfect. Learn how to start a successful digital marketing agency within 30 days. Perfect. And then description. I'm not going to go into too much details, but basically, you can type in whatever. Okay. So today only or something like that. Obviously, you're probably going to have a better description than I am. I'm just trying to get through the video so that you can um, see the campaign launching. All right. So for the banner is going to be pretty much this right here. And we can just leave it as auto generate using your channel banner, which means it's going to use, if I go to my channel here, I guess it's just going to use this right here. This is your banner. So if you have something specific you want it to show right here, you can go ahead and upload it. Google, I would Google the size of the banner, right? YouTube banner size. Okay, so when you're creating your YouTube banner, I would put this into consideration, right? This is the size of your YouTube banner. So if you're using Photoshop or whatever, if you plan on hiring it out, here is the size for that. But if you plan on hiring somebody, then they should already know what the size for the YouTube banner. Okay. So we have the banner. We got our ad video here. We can even preview the ad on the YouTube, preview ad on YouTube. So if we click on here, it'll take us to our, pretty much our video. Okay. So this is a demo video. It's not going to play, but sometimes it'll actually show you, but I guess not today, right? Sometimes YouTube will have errors and things like that, but sometimes it'll actually show you like what your ad video will look like and it'll play through, but it's not really important because you can always watch your ad video on your channel when you upload it, right? So from here, add name, you can name it whatever this video is about, right? So test one, but in your case, you would just name it whatever helps you remember what this ad video is about. All right. So pretty much from there, guys, we are done. We've completed our YouTube campaign settings. And if you set it up the right way, like I've showed you, then you're gonna see a lot better results and you're gonna see, yourself wasting less money. All right. So we're gonna go back up here. Obviously, keywords, topics, placements. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that out and that. Okay, enter a shorter headline. Boom. Let me just name this here, test. $5. Okay, so boom, boom, boom. Everything looks good, right? We have our placements. Let's go ahead and create campaign. Okay, so continue to campaign. I'm actually going to leave it on pause so it's not running. Okay, so let me go back here. All right, so this is how you create separate ad groups. Okay, so for example, let's just say this ad group was our placements. Okay, so let me just rename it real quick. So I'm going to go into I'm going to click on our campaign we just created, the test campaign. I'm going to click on ad group. I'm going to rename this one to, this one was placements because you know, for this ad group right here is for all the, we're only targeting channels and specific YouTube videos. Now we want to break apart from the keywords and the topic, okay? So that way we can see stats for that specific ad group, right? So for example, we're gonna have a placement ad group, a topics, and a keywords, all right? So all we're gonna do is click on that plus sign. From here, let's just say we wanna add a topics, right? We're gonna do, you know, same settings or whatever settings you want to target. And then we can have our video again. Let's just say I want to use this video here. Boom. And just for purposes, we'll skip the ad creation for now. Okay. And save ad group. So that's all you're doing to break up those ad groups. Okay. And obviously we would need to rename this to topics. And then lastly, let's just do one more just so you can see it. Hit the plus sign. I'm going to name this one keywords. All right. So from here, how to start a digital marketing agency. Okay. And then obviously add in the rest of your keywords there. Skip the ad creation, save ad group. All right, so now, as you can see in this campaign that we created, we have 3 ad groups underneath it, right? So think of the campaign as the house, and now our ad groups are the specific rooms in the house, and each room, you know, focus on something different. Okay, so room number 1, we focus on targeting just keywords, right? Room number 2, specific placements, right, on YouTube channels, on specific YouTube videos that we've targeted. And then room number 3 is topics, right? So whatever topics that we are looking to target there, right? So when first starting out, like I said, you're probably only gonna need placements, and that's more than enough, depending on what your niche is. But if you're in like the tech niche, obviously there's a channel with 15 million subscribers, you're not gonna have any issues seeing traffic. All right, so to start, placements is going to do just fine. And then, you know, as you look to scale, expand your campaign more, that's when you can start adding these other 2, okay? Now, lastly, I want to show you is adding conversions tracking. It's super important that we are tracking. That way we know, you know, Google can give us the stats on how many leads is producing and things like that. We don't want to run a YouTube campaign and not know where results are coming from, okay? So in order to get that, we're going to go into tools and settings right up here. Under measurements, we're going to click conversions. From here, I'm going to go ahead and hit this plus sign. All right. And then depending on whatever you're looking to track, phone call, app, import, website. The first one I'm going to show you is the website. Okay. So for example, let's just say you run your YouTube ad video. Someone is interested. They click on your link, your YouTube video, and it takes them to a landing page, okay? A landing page, website, your opt-in page, I should say, right? You send them to an opt-in page. So they're going to enter in their information, and then from there, it's going to take them to the thank you page or whatever page it is that you promise your lead, okay? So essentially, we're going to go in here, category, we're going to select submit lead form, book an appointment, sign up. I guess we can go with signups, whatever it is that you're looking to track. Okay, so it could be purchases, add to cart, whatever it is that you're tracking, you would just select that. In this case, conversion name is going to I'm going to name it signups. You can add a value to it, right? So if you are, you know, selling a product, then, you know, you can put a specific dollar amount or whatever your currency is. In this case, I'm just not going to add a value because I'm not selling anything. I don't, you know, it's not worth anything. So I'm just going to don't use a value, right? So I'm trying to track up sign up leads. So we can just don't use a value and count. we just want to track one, right? So for example, let's just say a lead, they sign up more than once for whatever reason. Their internet didn't work, they got cut out, or they signed up and they somehow went back to the opt-in page and they signed up again. We don't want to count that as 2 conversions, okay? We want to count that as 1 conversions. That way we have more accurate data. And then for here, you can just pretty much leave everything as is. Click through conversion window, view through conversion window. We can last click, we can leave it all as is and hit create and continue. All right, so here's an important piece of code here. The global site tag pretty much just says that, hey, these pages in this funnel is controlled by this tag. So whenever this code fires, then it's related to this funnel, right? So I'm going to show you how to do that. We need to add this to the head. So we're going to go back into ClickFunnels here, hit settings. And it doesn't have to be ClickFunnels. It could be whatever page it is that you're using, but essentially you want to go find your head tracking code and paste it right into there, right? So that's your global site tag there. And I'm going to scroll down, hit save and update settings. Okay, so perfect. Now, the next thing that you want to do is you want to copy this code right here, right? And then add this code to the thank you page or whatever code after the sign up, right? So for example, if you are tracking purchases, right, then you want this code to be on the purchase page, right? After someone has paid, then you're gonna want to put this code on that purchase thank you page. If you're, if you are tracking add to cart, then you would add this code to the add to cart page. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay, and you want to do the same thing here. We're gonna add it to the header, right? But instead of going here, we want to go to that specific page I was talking about. Okay, so for example here, our lead clicks on the video, it takes them to the opt-in page where they can enter in their information. Once they enter in their information, they're going to be taken to the next page. And this is your thank you page, your purchase page, whatever page it is after that first interaction, we want to place it on there. Okay, so I'm going to click on, I'm going to edit this page. And you're going to want to find that the area where you can track your code, right? So I already have a code there, but I'm just going to show you again. We're just going to place that code right into the header. It's going to look just like that. From there, go ahead and save your page, and that is all. That is pretty much it. Okay. So from here, I'm going to click next, hit done, and there you have it. Sign up leads right there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and remove it. Now, let's say we want to track phone calls. All right. So let's say you are an e-com page or whatever it is, there's a phone number on your page where somebody can call you, and you want to be able to track every time someone calls you, you want to count that as 1 conversion. Okay, so we're going to click on phone calls, and then Google is going to give you 3 different options here. We want to select the one on your website, because if someone lands on your site, they call that tracking phone number, then we want to track that as a conversion. Okay, so you can just name it phone call lead, however you want. If there's a value behind that phone call, then you can place that there. I'm just gonna put don't use a value count. We can use, every time each call, we can put 1. And then pretty much here's the same thing, right? Enter the phone number caller should reach when they call your website. So this is really important because you want on your website, you want to have the exact number, okay? And what I mean by that is it's got to look just like that, right? So if your number on your website looks like that, then that's how you would need to enter it in, okay? So that's that. And then display number is enter the phone number people see currently on your website, and that should be replaced by Google phone number. Be sure to enter it exactly what's on the site. Okay, so here you can just put the same thing as the display number. This is what it looks like on your website. Now call length, right? Google is going to have it automatically at 60 seconds. However, I like to put it at 1 second, because just in case the call drops for whatever reason, the call goes to voicemail, we still want to track that as a lead, right? Our call a call that came from that ad, we want to still track that as a lead. And that's why we have at 1 second. It's telling us, or it's telling Google that, hey, if someone calls that tracking number, then I want to count that as a lead no matter what. Okay. So you need to put it at 1 second. But obviously, if you don't if you don't want to count drop calls or voicemail calls as a conversion for whatever reason, then you can place in whatever number it is that you want, right? So 10 seconds, 60 seconds. Obviously, if you have a conversation with them, 60 seconds would be it. But 1 second is good practice. So every time someone calls in, no matter what, counts as a conversion. And then I'm going to click on create and continue here. Install the tag yourself. And we already have this global site tag, right? We only need to install it once, so we don't need to install it again. And then from here, we're going to copy this code right here. And we can place it on the global site tag. So this doesn't need to go on a specific page, just because if someone lands anywhere on our page and they call that number, we want to track it as a conversion. So that's the reason why we're going to place it into, I can place it here at, in the global area, the head tracking for all pages. And so anytime someone calls this number, it's going to track that as a conversion. Scroll down and hit save and update settings. All right. So I'm going to delete that both. And that's pretty much it. Hit next, hit done, and that's how you track conversion. So let's go here and let me just make sure which one I just added here. Calls to a website. There we go. All right, so that guys is pretty much how you set up a YouTube campaign from start to finish, beginner to expert. And that is the full tutorial. Hopefully you guys have a super profitable, successful YouTube campaign. And if you found this video helpful whatsoever, please consider dropping a thumbs up on this video. It's going to help push this video to help even more people. And if you enjoy content like this and just appreciate the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any fire content. And as always, let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if this campaign just killed it for you, got you so much results and things like that in the comment section below. And again, hopefully you guys stay safe, have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. See you soon.